Hello, I'm Bill Feeley with Extreme Hagglunds, and today we thought we'd show you some videos of how we go about putting these machines together and the parts that we have. When these machines come to us, we strip these machines completely out. The whole insides are gutted. Before we ever start putting them back together, they get all new wire harnesses, engines, transmissions, 12-volt systems, no more the military 24-volt. The interiors are completely gone through, right down to the last nut and bolt. This is a machine that's about 2/3 the way done. We take all the fuel tanks off, we sandblast the outside and put them in the parts washer at 190 degrees, boil everything out of the inside. All the machines have new exhaust systems. All the grates are made out of stainless steel. We put rear fans on the back of them to help cool them. The plate on the back, they have live hydraulics to the back of the machine. They have NASCAR plugs so that if you need to give a jump or get a jump, you don't have to take the whole battery box apart. Fuel lights for fueling after dark. We put dual batteries in all our machines for extra cranking power in the Arctic. The aluminum coat rack we put in the back of these, and it serves as two factors. One for hanging your coats on, and two, it lightens the cab up a lot with your interior light. The engine that we put in these units are 3.3 Cummins, and these are new motors. They're not rebuilt. This one here is 165 horse. Behind it, we put a Chevy 400 automatic. All the hydraulic hoses are all new. And as you can see, a whole new exhaust system in the whole outfit. The dashes we rebuild, they're brand new. They have the fuse boxes on the side where you can get to them. All Stewart Warner gauges, all the switches for your bilge pump, your LED lights, your heaters, but all the components are new in these dashes. The front grill guards on our machines are custom built. They have halogen lights on the top. With the LED lighting, when you're meeting somebody, you have to shut these off. They're so bright. These are smaller LED lights where these machines have two sets of them on them, with switches on the dash for either set. You put your coolant in here. These are closed systems. We went back to that because the radiators are so big on these, they'll handle it. All the grills, all the pieces for these are powder coated because you're in wet conditions all the time. The logo on the front is stainless steel to keep it from rusting. This is an undercarriage that we put together. From outside the track to outside the track is 7 foot 1 inches wide. We had wider drive shafts made. All the drive shaft components, the slip yokes on your sprockets, the 8-bowl flanges that go on your gearbox, and everything in between here is all built for a greaseless Spicer U-joint. So you're not looking for a hard-to-find U-joint. These are greaseless Spicer U-joints you can buy at any shop. This is a 7 foot 1 inch wide rear unit off a Hagglund. The flatbed we've built where we'll have a 200-gallon fuel tank underneath the flatbed with the pump and a 8,000-pound Warren winch right up in the front of the headache rack. Our springs we have made are made out of T1 steel. You won't break them. This is designed after the wide stance Hagglund spring. These springs here are stock 6 foot wide stance Hagglund spring here. You can see the thickness of it. This spring over here is one that we have made, and this is for the wide stance, but you can see how much thicker that is. That's made out of T1 steel. You would never break it. And these springs are the wide stance Hagglund spring where you're 6 foot 7 inches wide to the outside of your tracks. This is the track girder that's all rebuilt with our dust caps, which these are removable. These have gear lube in them instead of grease. This wheel here is a used Hagglund wheel. We send them off and we recover them in urethane. Extreme Hagglunds would give you a 2-year warranty on the tread on any of these. Okay, this is a brand new undercarriage. You notice that all these tracks on all these undercarriages and bodies that you've seen today are all NATO Camoplast tracks. None of them are aftermarket. These are our new road wheels here with our dust caps, and these all have gear lube in them, not grease. You take this center cap off, it seals with an O-ring and that. You take an oil squirt gun, and that's how you fill these up. So if you ever want to check them, you can check them at any time. This track girder here was on a machine up in Yellowstone Park doing the remodel at Lake. This machine has 20,000 miles on it, and you can see the tread on these wheels are not even marred up any at all. You could go to my website and look at the Heavy Metal Monsters, the Weather Channel, and see what they were doing with this machine. This was the undercarriage that was underneath the little gray Chevy Colorado. This is the track girder that we take every one of them apart. We pull all the wheel arms off and realign all of these. As you can see, all these are at different angles. If you look up these, you can see that some of these are up, some of them are down. This one here is bent, which you don't want. We go through all of these. We change these out and we put them all four, where all four of them are sitting on the ground nice and level. These are sprockets that we have redone. Same thing, we'll give you a 2-year warranty on them. This urethane, we've never tore up one of these sprockets. These gearboxes, all the gearboxes we take out, we split the cases and rebuild them. Those two there are ready to go. Check all, put new seals in them and check them over good. These track girders have all been realigned, where they're all straight, they're all ready to be rebuilt, put the sprockets and the road wheels on them. This is a rebuilt track unit, which we changed the position of these wheel arms so these first 4 wheels are sitting flat on the ground. As you come back, the 3rd to the 4th wheel, these are all aligned the same way. The 5th wheel, which is your track adjuster, is about 3 inches off the ground, where it's not sitting there working. It's made to keep your track tight, not to pack the bearing weight. With the weight of your engine on the front and everything, you don't have that rocking motion. This is the track girder that we're ready to put the sprockets and the road wheels on. Once again, you can see how all 4 of those wheel arms are lined up right in line. This track adjuster is all sandblasted, powder coated, checked for straightness, and this is the way that they should pivot when they're properly put together. Okay, this is one of our heater boxes, which is all 12 volt. It gets all new switches. The inside is high output heater motors. Like I said, all the switches are new. On the top of the heater box, we put a nice little glove box for your electronics, cell phones, whatever, where they're not bouncing around the cab with you. These are our new brake units. This is the old Hagglunds style brake unit here with the old calipers and rotors. Our new style ones have GM calipers. The rotors are slotted to dissipate a lot of the heat, which these things create a lot of heat. Stainless steel braided lines. These will replace these. All the bolt holes are here for your speedometer sensors. It's a rebuilt unit. These are the fuel pickup tubes out of the tanks of a Hagglund, which you can see where somebody's taken and putting screens over the end of them, which is always a big problem because they kick up so much dust, there's a lot of dirt in the tanks. Our solution to this problem is we weld a bell reducer on the end of this with a stainless steel filter. As you can see, you have a lot more area. And with the fuel sloshing around the tank, actually keeps that screen on there clean for picking up fuel. This fuel pickup tube fits down in the tank, all the dirt's out of it, and there's your fuel system. All the fuel tanks are put in a parts cleaner that this thing goes to 190 degrees. We have a tube that goes up inside the tank and flops around in there and cleans every contaminant out of these tanks. And we always have a good stock of road wheels on hand for any of your needs for your Hagglunds. These are some road wheels and sprockets that come on different machines that we brought in. This one here actually jumped the wheel guides and was eating it up so bad that I couldn't imagine that you wouldn't know that was going on. The Chinese wheels you want to be careful getting because your pullers won't fit them in that. Real poor machining. This is a cracked wheel. This sprocket here This is one of ours with our urethane on it, which is put on there at 290 degrees. At 160 degrees, this is somebody else's product, not something I want on my machine. These wheels here come out up in Canada. At 40 below, they built some ice up on the track bars, and I just ate these wheels up, and they did that in less than a half hour. This wheel here is one where you can see this is where your wheel guides eat all your outside part of this wheel up. It chews off the rubber first, then it starts eating your wheel away. And as you eat it away, it narrows this up so much that this starts walking inside your wheel guides, and that's what takes your bearings out of these machines. This is our parts room where we have a very extensive line of parts. All these cabinets are full of BV206 Hagglund parts. These are the stock Hagglund drive shafts from the transmission to the 2-speed. These are the slip yokes for the 2-speed to the transmission. These go on the 2-speed. We have all the Hagglund U-joints. These are from the Chevy transmission to the 2-speed on the back, your drive shafts. These are your 8-bolt that bolt to your gearboxes for your drive shafts. These are all the pullers for them. These are sprocket pullers. In this drawer here are all of the sprocket spline shafts, the hub seals, and your seal rings, which seal up your sprockets. This is all bearings and seals for your sprockets. These are your slip yokes for the wide track. All the different springs, these are all your U-joints, greaseless U-joints. These are the slip yokes for your drive shafts, which we have all the components here for any kind of spring you put on them. We have the width of drive shaft to fit it. And they're all Spicer greaseless U-joints. These are road wheel suspension tubes for your track girders. These are all the throttle cables for whether the Colorados or the Hagglunds. Your foot pedal assemblies for the Colorados. These are all your cable ends. These are off fighter jets for your cable ends so they don't wear out. And these are all throttle cables for the stock Hagglunds. For the Hagglunds, these are all the stainless steel nuts and bolts and the hangers, all your bigger ones. Power takeoff cables for your throttle controls. These are all your track girder, track adjusting rods. These are your track girder swing frames. Okay, and these drawers are all your track girder bolts. Here you have your track adjuster bolts, gearbox to frame supports, track adjuster step down, all the sleeves for them, the step down washers, all these components are new, and your track tensioning arms. These drawers are full of the wheel bearings and speedy sleeves. These are all your pullers and your drivers for driving the wheels on for the road wheels. These are all the dust caps for the road wheels. These are all the components that hold the road wheels on. These are the upper track idler. We put all new bolts and hardware on those for mounting them. These are your idler wheels and arms. And this drawer is full of new track, the upper idler wheels. These are steering unit parts. These are your pivot holders. These are your pivot bolts. The bolts are made out of real high tensile flexing stainless steel. We've never broke one. This is the steering cylinder pin remover, that one pin, which we had these made, and they sure do a good job of pulling those pins out. These are new steering rams. This drawer here is all full of brand new compensators for them. These are all compensator parts, new bushings. This drawer is all the bolts the locking nuts, everything, the seals for your compensators. These are used compensators. These are your new air cans for your compensators. These are all of our new high velocity blower motors for our heaters. We have them in 24 or 12 volt. There's your vent for your defrost on them, but all the heaters have these new vents in them. This drawer here is all of the hydraulic pumps. This drawer is all full of pumps that come off of Hagglunds. These are all the hydraulic tanks for the old style BV206 with the Cummins motor in them. Well, as you've seen on this video, we have all the parts to support a Hagglund that you need. Up on this shelf here, we put one-piece windshields, and these are all tinted glass, and all your side glass that are in these are tinted sliders, and these are all brand new windows. None of this is used stuff. This is Bill Feeley with Extreme Hagglunds. I'd like to thank you guys for watching our video today. Hopefully you learned a little more about a Hagglund. If you need any assistance or anything, give us a call. See you up the next tree.